Have you ever looked at your to-do list and felt so incredibly paralyzed that you ended up doing absolutely nothing at all? Instead of starting the work, you sit there as the shapes of your responsibilities multiply, and you opt to doom scroll just to escape the pressure. Then the guilt arrives. You tell yourself you're lazy or that you simply lack the discipline of more successful people. But this paralysis has nothing to do with your character. What you're experiencing is a biological short circuit called initiation resistance. To protect you from a massive energy drain, your brain trips a circuit breaker, redirecting focus to a threat response loop and starving your logic center of power. When you redefine overwhelm as an automatic biological reflex rather than a personal failure, you can stop trying to fix your personality and start managing your biology. Every time a new task appears, your brain runs a silent, rapid-fire calculation. It's weighing the estimated time and effort against the energy you have currently stored in your reserves. If that calculation comes back with a deficit, if the task looks too expensive for your current energy level, your nervous system enters a conservation mode that physically blocks you from moving forward. This is exacerbated by decision fatigue. Every choice you haven't made yet drops onto the scale, depleting your battery before you've even moved. Avoidance then adds to this load, fusing small tasks into a monolithic weight that feels impossible to shift. By delaying the task, you're unintentionally feeding the calculation. You're teaching your brain that the task is a source of stress, which makes it register as an even higher biological threat the next time you try to start. To break this cycle, we look to the Japanese philosophy of Kaizen. Historically, this is the practice of continuous improvement through steps so small they seem almost invisible. In this context, Kaizen is a biological Trojan horse. It's a way to perform an end run around your brain's threat radar by making the ask too small to trigger an alarm. The rule is simple. Shrink the intimidating project down until you are only committing to 60 seconds of action. Because the time commitment is so low, your brain calculates a cost of 0. This sliver glides past your initiation resistance undetected without triggering an alarm. This means you don't clean the kitchen, you handle one piece of trash. You don't write a report, you type a single sentence. You are intentionally shrinking the task until it's impossible to say no. By lowering the starting line this far, you prevent your brain's defense mechanisms from ever activating in the first place. Once you cross that 60-second threshold, the physics of your brain change. You've moved from a state of static resistance to kinetic motion, and an object in motion stays in motion. We often wait for motivation to strike before we act, but biology works in the opposite direction. Taking that first minute of physical action is actually what triggers the release of dopamine, generating the motivation you were waiting for. This creates a cascade. Once you've washed that one dish, the cost of washing the next one suddenly drops. Your brain is already engaged, the circuit is closed, and the desire to complete the set naturally takes over. This moves you away from the jagged cycle of brute force and burnout. Instead of trying to scream at yourself to be productive, you are operating within a quiet, sustainable rhythm that works with your energy rather than against it. Over time, this habit stops the accumulation of unfinished business that usually clutters your mind. By handling small things while they are still small, you prevent the pileup of psychological debt, which keeps your workspace and your head clear for the long term. Remember, your past struggles with procrastination weren't a sign of a broken character. You were simply trying to force a system that was designed to protect you. Look around you right now. Find one task, a piece of paper to file, a dish to move, or an email to open, and give it exactly 60 seconds of your time. The secret to a life that feels manageable isn't found in a sudden burst of intensity. It's found in the realization that even on your most tired days, the next 1-minute step is always within your reach.